Hi everyone, my name is Niputu Indah Pratiwi. I'm from Group 10 and there are two members in my group. The second member is Nikadek Retiani. I will be the first speaker here. Okay, there are 6 subtopics in my topic under the topic handling telephone messages. The first is telephone courtesy, the second is telephone procedure, the third is taking a message, the fourth is widely standard phrases, the fifth is during a call, and the last subtopic is dialogue. Okay, let's begin this presentation with the first subtopic, telephone courtesy. Everyone who works in the hotel industry have to know what they should do when dealing with guests or outside callers. When a call is answered professionally, courteously, and warmly, they will be very happy with your service. They will come back with referrals. For a hotel industry, the telephone is often the first and only point to contact with some customers or some guests. Keeping the guests waiting for too long, speaking illegibly, playing music in the background, or speaking curtly or rudely to them can seriously damage the reputation of the hotel and drive away business. So, as a person who works in the hotel industry, you have to use polite manners. And there will be 6 manners here that I'm going to explain for you as follows. The first is smile. Even though you are on a telephone with someone, you have to smile. It improves your vocal quality and you will also sound pleasant and interested. The second is sit or stand or straight. By sitting or standing up straight, you will be more alert and pay better attention to what is being said. The third is avoid sounding dull. The expression such as yeah, and you often say yeah several times. It makes you sound dull, so avoid using that words because you will sound indifferent and also not interested when you are in a conversation through a telephone with someone. The third is use a low voice pitch. A lower voice pitch will make you sound more mature and authoritative. And the fifth is avoid extremes in volume. If you speak too loudly, you may sound rude or pushy. But if you speak softly, you may sound timid or uncertain. And the last but not least, let the caller set the tempo of the conversation. Match your speaking rate to the callers. Let the caller set the tempo of the conversation. For example, if she or he may be in a hurry, and in this case, you as a telephone operator should provide more information more quickly. Okay, this is the second subtopic. It is telephone procedure. The telephone procedure projects a positive image of your company to incoming callers and assures that the customers are treated in a polite and satisfactory manner. Okay, there are 8 procedures of receiving telephone message in the hotel industry. The first is greeting. Greeting is very important. It indicates that you have good manner and you're a friendly person in that hotel company. Say your hotel's name first, then ask how you can assist the guest or the caller. For example, good morning, Bali Hilton Resort, Indah speaking, how may I assist you? This is the example of the expression when you're greeting someone through a telephone. Second is answer the phone within 3 rings. If you, as a telephone operator, answer the phone within 3 rings, it indicates that the hotel where you're working is always ready. You'll be happy when someone call you and she or he directly answer your phone, your call, right? The third is caller asked for the guest. In this case, the caller might have something very important to say to the guest. The fourth is ask the caller to hold on for a minute. You have to tell the caller to wait for some minute and tell them that you are still looking for the guest that the caller meant. The fifth is search for the guest's database. You will have your time checking who the guest is, and where the guest room is. And the sixth is try to connect the caller to the guest. You have to be able to connect the caller with the guest so that the guest can deliver his or her message directly to the guest. Seventh, offer to take guest's message. This happens when the telephone operator cannot connect the caller with the guest. And in this case, your role as a telephone operator is very important because you are the one who deliver the caller's message to the guest. And the last procedure is write down the message and put on the guest's mailbox. Here, you have to make sure that you already know everything as clearly as possible as you can, which later will make the guest easier in comprehending the message delivered for him or her. Okay, the next subtopic is taking a message. The telephone procedure also covers the procedure for taking a message. While taking a message which received from guest, as a telephone operator, you should note all the information received accordingly. Always keep pad, pen, or pencil to receive any messages. When you take any messages, try to write down the points of information as clearly as possible. Okay, while taking a message which received from the guest, as a telephone operator, you should note all the information received accordingly. Okay, for example, the first is the date and time, July 18th or 10, the guest's phone number, and caller's name, for example, Taylor Swift. And the fourth is reason for calling. So if this is the message of the caller for the guest, for example, he asked to attend seminar next week. And the fifth is name of the guest, for example, James Charles. And the last is caller's telephone number. As you can see here, for example, +623456789. Okay, that's all from me. The presentation will be continued by my friend, Dit.
Okay, and now I will continue the presentation. I will explain the next subtopics, which is about widely standard phrases. Now we will learn some most common widely phrases or expression used while handling calls. And first, I will tell you the expression that you can use when you while handling calls. The first expression, sometimes by hearing the tone, you may not identify whether your caller is male or female. So it is better to ask the first, how should I address you? Or may I have your name, please? And the second expression is, if you need to transfer any call, then say, please allow me to transfer your call to Mr. X. Could you please hold down for a minute? And after that, if the caller allows you and says yes or okay, then transfer the call. And the third expression, if you found the extension is busy, then say, thanks for holding. but I am afraid Mr. X is not available. Would you like to leave a message for him or call back later? And the last expression, while finishing a conversation, say, thank you Mr. A for calling, have a nice day. And the next is some common phrases that you can use while handling calls. The first common phrase is, may I have your name please? The second is, may I have your contact number please? And the third one, Mr. X, please let me repeat the message, blah blah blah. Is that alright? And the last common phrase is, Mr. X, could you please hold on a minute? Okay. And the next subtopics is about during a call. Here, the do's and the don'ts during a call. The first, I will explain the do's. People easily become friendly and feel happy if you call him by his name. So, first ensure how should you address him and then call him by his name. And the second one, receiving calls demands deep attention. If you talking over telephone and at the same time doing other business that you cannot concentrate on anything. And the third one, if you really have to finish another job, then it is better to hold the caller or tell him that you will call him after the certain period of time. And the fourth one, make your tone as friendly as possible. Try to smile while talking. The way you talk reflects on your tone. And the last, the do's is, if you or the caller cannot listen to other, then order him to call back. And next is about the don'ts. The first, don't make your caller confused. While talking for a long time, show your caller that you are eagerly listening to him. So sometimes by making noisy like says, okay, yes, I understand, can make the conversation spontaneous. Otherwise, in the middle of the long discussion, if you keep silent for the whole time, your caller may be confused whether you are listening or whether you are online or not. So, please don't make your caller confused. And the last don't is, don't neglect any call. Take it a business opportunity for your organization. Okay, and the last is dialogue. Now, I will start the dialogue with my partner, Indah. Okay, now I will continue the subtopics. I will tell you the one example of the conversation when you handling the calls. Okay, and this is the example of dialogue, and me, Devi Yani, as Devi, and
Me, Indah, and Selena.
okay, I will start. Good morning, Bali Hilton Resort, Detiani speaking. How may I assist you?
Good morning. I'd like to speak to one of your guests, Justin Bieber.
Sure. Could you please hold me for a minute? I will check it for you.
Okay.
The guest that you wanted to speak is in room number 123, Mr. Justin Bieber. Please allow me to transfer your call to Mr. Justin Bieber. Could you please hold down for a minute?
Sure.
Thanks for holding. Mr. Justin Bieber is busy. Would you like to leave message for him or call back later?
Sure. Okay. I'd like to leave message for him.
Sure. How should I address you?
My name is Selena Gomez from Rare Beauty Company.
Please tell me your message, Miss Selena.
I wanted to have a visit to Mr. Justin Bieber for discussing new cosmetic products for upcoming 2021.
May I have your contact number, please?
Yes. Please tell Mr. Justin Bieber to call back on this number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Alright, Miss Selena, please let me repeat the message. Your message is you wanted to have a visit to Mr. Justin Bieber for discussing new cosmetic products for upcoming 20 and 21 and call back you through this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it alright?
Yes, it's correct. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Selena, for calling. Have a nice day. Okay, this is the example of the conversation while you handling call in the telephone operator, which is in hotel industry. Okay, and as you can see here, this is the example of telephone message slip that you can see, or the telephone operator write down when during the conversation before. The first should consist of the two or the guest number. The second one is the date, is for example on January 1st, and the second is consists of room number or the guest room. The number is 123 and the time, which is the time when picking up the calls. And don't forget to write down your caller's name. For example, before is the names of the callers is Selena Gomez, and the second one is the company, and the third is don't forget, and the next is the message. It is the important point that you can write down. For example, the message is wanted to visit for discussing new release cosmetic products for upcoming 20 and 21, and the consists of call received by me, Detiani, as the front office or the operator telephone, and the last is the callback number. For example, is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the caller's telephone number. So your guest can call back through this number. Okay, that's all about our topic, which is about handling telephone message. Thanks for watching and bye bye.
See you.